as far as numbers go, I recently hit a 635 low bar squat, which is an 85-pound PR on top of my 551 high bar competition squat that I hit at Collegiate Nationals as my third. So I have 635 in the bag, low bar, but it's also my first time doing it. So I think I might have 645, 650. So I'm going to go with 650. I have about 5.5 or 6 months to train. So that'll get me 5 pounds a month. I mean, we're looking hopefully at least 300 keys, 661 at my next meet, but hopefully a little bit above that, maybe 672, 683, somewhere in that range would be really huge. And then for my bench, I hit 424 for 2 singles. It was pretty easy. The second one was grindy, and my hamstrings came up. My glutes didn't really come up, but my hamstrings did. So that's something I have to look out for. I definitely had that issue recurring throughout probably 3 years now. Has always been an issue with me. I just have so much leg drive, and I have such a hard time controlling that and where it goes. So, like I said, 424 bench. I think I could hit 430. So, 650 squat right now, 430 bench. Looking for 683 at a maximum, and then 441 on bench. Deadlifts, I hit 600-pound conventional. I'm going to be training conventional all summer with my coach. I think it's a better movement as far as building strength. Having the hip strength obviously is huge, but we get a lot of that from our accessories. So I'm going to be doing conventional. Hopefully that'll match up and gain strength. My sumo was 590 in competition, and it was very easy. 600 was a bit harder conventional, but I think I have some more room there considering now I'm bigger. I filled up my frame more than the last time I pulled conventional. So I also learned some new technique. I'm going to be trying an aerial stance, similar to how Pete Rubish deadlifts. I'm going to be trying that because we have similar body types in the way that we're built. So I'm going to be trying that. Hopefully my deadlift, 6 months. Hopefully like 640, maybe 650. 300 keys would be really cool. I'm hoping for 300 keys at nationals at least. Probably a little bit more, but my deadlifts always lagged behind my other lifts. It's always been an issue for me. When I was younger, I pulled like 500 at like 16, and it was far ahead of my squat. But since then, I put 100 pounds on it in 3 years. It's been very consistent, but it's been very slow. So I'm doing my best to build that up. Hopefully like 661, maybe 650 for this meet. So 650. Okay, so 683, 441, and like 661. And that'll put me like, I think mid 1700s for a total. And I don't know if that'll be at 220 or 242, but we'll see. If it's at 220, that'll place me in like top 3 all time for USAPL, top 5 USAPL for 242s, and definitely top 8 all time, no matter federation or drug testing, which is huge for me. Definitely going to be some big goals to achieve, but I really feel like I can do it. I put my all into this. My nutrition's got to be on point. It usually is. My hydration, my sleep. I mean, I actually got a job at a gym recently, so I'll be spending a lot of time there, which is good because I like that environment. I like being around other people that are, grinding and trying to better themselves every day, like I am. So it'll be definitely a good environment. They have sled drags. Well, they have sleds and they have turfs and stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing a lot of sled drags and stuff like that with, I've been trying ATG system by Ben Patrick, and I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more of that stuff. I feel like it's really blown up my VMOs and my explosiveness and also my hip flexors. I felt more stable in the hole than I ever have on squats. That's been a bigger issue of mine. It's like hip stability. I've always been very strong. My legs have been very powerful, but like finding that brace and finding that like position in the bottom has been an issue. But with low bar and the hip flexor stuff, I just feel incredible in the bottom position. And my lockout is incredible because of all the good mornings and high bar squats are my main movement. Also, this summer I'll be doing completely high bar squats. I'm not going to be doing any low bar until like right before the meet because I need to save my shoulders. I have a very impressive bench for my age and my weight class, and I need to keep that. That's huge for me. It's a huge game changer as far as like competitively. I usually have like 40 to 50 pounds on everyone else that I'm benching alongside with. So it definitely, I'm a subtotal king. And with my deadlift sucking, like there's really no good reason to blow my shoulders out, especially at 19. I'm hoping to do this till I'm, well, collegiately at least till I'm 24, 23, and, maybe my whole lifetime, really, but 30 at least competitively. So there's no reason to fuck my shoulders up at such a young age at all. So we're going to just keep high bar. And because my main issue is falling forward anyway, so let's just train that all the time. I feel like that's a big mistake a lot of younger lifters do. They try to get into low bar so early because it maximizes the weight that you can use. And I understand that. Like, I understand the ego side of it. But truly, like, powerlifting is a time game. It's time and injury-free. So as long as you can, stack the chips up, you're gonna be able to cash them in. And at some point, like I just did the other week, like I hit an 85-pound PR, and I mean I knew low bar was probably better for me anatomically, but I never wanted to do it because I knew it was gonna be like an easier movement as far as weight goes. And I mean, why are we doing this sport if you're not trying to challenge yourself at all times and really make things as hard as possible? So I'm super excited to get in this block. I have tempo bench tomorrow. I believe a 5x5 with 3-second tempo, which kind of sucks, to be honest, boring. But, those are the things I need in order to make me better. Like I said, I mean, I need to be challenging myself all the time. And then I know I also have a tricep burnout, which will be interesting. And a lot of shoulder movements. Like, we have a huge emphasis on shoulders because my lockout has been a little bit weird lately. And I don't think it's tricep strength because I can JM like 225 for reps. I have very strong triceps, especially the long head. I can floor press 110s with bands for multiple reps. So I think it's shoulders because my military press is kind of ass. It's like 205, maybe 210. I don't think I get it 2 plates really. I've done 205 on plenty occasion, but I've never really tried higher than that because the 205 is always hard. So we're going to be focusing a lot on shoulders and shoulder stability and things like that because my lockout and like my elbows will flare a bit. So I think it's a lot to do with shoulders. So, I mean, we're just going to try our hand at it. If it doesn't work, then who cares? Like, we got stronger shoulders, so, it'll help with whether it's longevity or mobility or just looking sick too, whatever it is. So plus the shoulders, I've never really liked training shoulders, so it's definitely something I need to prioritize more often, especially now that I'm competing collegiately and I'm really taking this sport seriously and I want to win. I need to be working on every little weak point that I have. That's why I'm doing so much of the ATG, like hip flexor stuff, tip raises, like calf work, shoulder mobility all the time, ab stuff. Like a lot of my weak points, hamstrings. So we're going to be targeting those things for the next 3 months with my coach. I just got my new block, so that'll be really interesting. And we're going to be documenting not every session because I need to have my head focused, but probably at least 2 or 3 times a week, depending on what I'm doing. I might just record some bicep workouts too. I like to do that just to relieve some stress, and I like having an aesthetically pleasing physique as well, as being strong. So it'll be interesting.